it's not easy. You're a startup business and it's a league that has so many eyeballs on it. I feel like I'm not proud of myself. I'm proud of the people who, I feel like there are people behind the scenes that don't get the recognition, that are putting in so much work. I am so incredibly proud of them. And we want it to be great. We want it to be great for the players and for the fan and for everyone. The expectations are really high and we're happy for that. We want to meet and exceed those.
Napheesa Collier has just been suspended by the WNBA, and the world is split on whether she's a hero for women's basketball or someone crossing the line. During a nationally televised event, she promoted her league, Unrivaled, instead of focusing on the WNBA. Is this gutsy move the start of something revolutionary, or a shocking betrayal of the league that gave her a platform? Let's break it all down. Imagine reaching the pinnacle of your career, thriving in one of the most competitive leagues in sports, and then deciding to disrupt the very system that got you there. That's exactly what Napheesa Collier did. At first glance, her decision to promote a competing league might seem like a bold gamble, but the roots of her actions run deeper than a simple business pitch. The WNBA's prioritization clause.
I feel like after is when I can kind of take a step back and see that, but I mean, I love this style of game, and I think how much fun I'm having it is exactly why we built it. You don't want to look stupid, you don't want to be embarrassed, you don't want to turn over, like, you don't want to hurt your team because you're working on things.
Yeah.
Because you're taking two people off of each side, and it allows you to showcase your skills. I feel like I get to show my skills more, and I get to work on my game and use those in an actual game. But this environment allows you to kind of work through that. Your usage is so high with only 3 people. It forces you to get good really fast.
Forcing players to prioritize their domestic season or face penalties has put athletes in a tough position, especially when most rely on overseas leagues in the offseason to make a livable income. Collier saw this problem, lived it, and decided to challenge it. Unrivaled, the new league she co-founded with Brianna Stewart, became her answer. Designed to offer players more control over their careers, Unrivaled aimed to keep players at home, highlighting their talent on US soil while giving them financial opportunities that rival the overseas market. It's easy to see why this concept would resonate with players juggling long travel seasons, limited rest, and contracts that hardly match their worth.
Well, I mean, I do hope that like when this season is done and you have this moment to sit back, that you do sit and just say out loud just how proud you are of yourself, because it has been, like I said, such an amazing experience, and just being here.
I think I don't really notice in the moment as much because you're just so focused on winning and you're so in the game. Like, I didn't know I had that when the game was over until you told me, like, you know, on the broadcast. Once we got outside of like the extras for the necessities, we're like, what would just be fun to have? Like, what would just be cool to have on staff? The hours that they're spending in this, the emotional, like physical, everything toll that this is taking for them to make this the best experience that they can make it for us.
But a new league doesn't just rise quietly. To make it known, Collier used one of the biggest stages in women's basketball, the WNBA All-Star Draft. Picture this. She strides onto the stage wearing an Unrivaled shirt, the logo in full view for a national audience. Instead of sticking to the event's script, she name-drops Stewart as her partner in this venture, throwing a prominent player's credibility behind the project. The moment was loaded. Here was a cornerstone WNBA athlete leveraging her platform to promote a direct competitor. That might sound audacious, but consider the challenge she's facing. The WNBA, with its 5.4 million average reach across ESPN platforms, towers over Unrivaled, which debuted to far more modest figures on TNT. It's a clear David versus Goliath scenario. Her move wasn't just seen as ambitious. Critics called it an insult to the league, its sponsors, and the very platform she succeeded on. But was this a reckless display or a calculated fight for change? Collier seems to believe it's the latter, embracing her role as a disruptor willing to take the heat. But when you question the system always hits back. When you challenge the status quo on a national stage, the consequences are swift. Napheesa Collier found that out when the WNBA handed down her suspension following her promotion of Unrivaled at the All-Star Draft. The league called her actions a conflict of interest, particularly during critical CBA negotiations, and viewed the move as a direct challenge to their authority. By using a WNBA event on ESPN to promote her 3-on-3 league, which isn't aired by the network, Collier sent a message that wasn't subtle, and the WNBA responded by making an example out of her.
I don't know if this is in the rules. I don't really care. But I think we've already discussed we are going to trade coaches. Fee's going to take her coach. Sandy Brondello, let's get it.
Oh.
It's gonna be amazing. Sorry, WNBA, if that's not in the rule. So therefore, maybe Stewie wants to come on over to my team.
Whoa.
Let me know, Fee, you wanna give me Stewie?
We have breaking
Let me know.
news here. I don't know that I've heard of a coach being traded in the All-Star game.
Sorry, ESPN, if that's not in the rules, but we just made it a rule.
now.
So Sandy Brondello, come on over.
Whoa.
Let's get to it. You can coach Sabrina.
And you know what? That's just going to be worse for Team Clark because now we got more chemistry on our side. We got more synergy. We know what we expect from each other. So that was a bad move on your part, Kayla, and we're taking you down.
The backlash was immediate and divided. Fans and media had plenty to say, turning her into a polarizing figure overnight. Depending on who you ask, she's either a visionary pushing for change or a player sabotaging the professionalism of the sport. One fan commented, "It's like burning your job offer while still in the interview," while others accused her of acting entitled. And while some called her suspension justified, others questioned if the punishment was a sign of insecurity from the league as it struggles to hold on to its brightest stars. Social media turned into a battlefield of opinions, with one post noting that Collier's move might have been praised if it were done by someone newer, like Caitlin Clark. Double standards? Maybe, but the narrative around Collier was already set. The numbers only added fuel to the fire. WNBA All-Star broadcasts often draw hundreds of thousands of viewers, while Unrivaled struggled to scratch 85,000 for its games on TNT. To some, that stat alone highlighted why her actions angered the WNBA. Was she using the league's massive exposure to boost her own business at their expense? Critics thought so. Collier and co-founder Breanna Stewart were accused of prioritizing personal interests over the WNBA, leaving questions about their loyalty to the league. But here's the twist. WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert didn't slam the door on Unrivaled entirely. She said the league supports their efforts from a marketing perspective. Could this controversy lead to collaboration instead of lasting conflict?
The coaches maybe is going to be the X factor. The coaches are maybe going to be the X factor.
Hey, Sandy, defending champion, loves to shoot threes, lets her players get after it. I don't know.
It has to be a starter, remember. It has to be a starter.
I mean, you're just going to reject anything I say, so, I mean.
Who would you want, Fee?
Satu for Stewie?
Listen, I'm a reasonable
Satu for
person.
Stewie.
I'm a
Satu?
reasonable person. I will listen.
What do you think, Fee? Yeah, maybe I could do that, Fee.
We're giving up a lot of size. We're giving
Yeah,
up
you're
a lot
really
of size
lacking
there. You're
in
giving
size.
me a guard for a post player.
You're really lacking in size there, Fee. Official word from the WNBA, from the league. I am hearing that a trade of coaches is permitted and it is granted.
Napheesa Collier's suspension isn't just about Unrivaled, it's about the future of women's basketball. Her bold move has sparked a conversation that's bigger than one player or one league. With the WNBA All-Star Game drawing 850,000 viewers this year, a 16-year high, and the demand for more player autonomy growing, this feels like a pivotal moment. Collier and Breanna Stewart even said they want Unrivaled and the WNBA to work together, not against each other, creating new opportunities for players. Whether this controversy leads to collaboration or rivalry, one thing's certain: Collier has pushed the game into uncharted territory. Stay tuned.